I'm going to show you why it's important to have an agent in any given situation when a company comes and asks you to use your footage for their company or their media, because they will pay you the least amount of money and will use your video and probably milk it as much as they can. So sit down. I'm going to tell you a story of how this company reached out to me to use my footage for a Google commercial during a March Madness and NBA Finals duration, where I lost out probably thousands of dollars because I did not use my agent at the time because I thought I didn't need to. I'm gonna start the premise here. This is completely my fault. I thought I can negotiate by myself, where in reality, honestly, you need an agent to read all the contracts. And you have to keep in mind that if it's not the money that they're going to pay you and look for, that if they're paying you much less than what you are asking for, it is okay to walk away because your worth is much more than what the people and companies offer you. So let's start the story. First, I'm going to show you the video of the Google commercial that I was in.
We're not all equal. As far as talent, we're not equal as far as size, but we all are equal as far as having the opportunity to... Start chasing that chip. Win.
There I am, right there, back in 2019. And that was it. That was the whole Google commercial right there. And that was used again in March Madness, and it was used in the NBA Finals. So how this all started is this company called Catch and Release. Some guy reached out to me saying, "Hi, my name is so-and-so, and I'm a clearance specialist for this company called Catch and Release. Creative agency, curates licenses, found imagery, various blah, blah, blah. And we're working on a Google March Madness campaign on behalf of their agency, and they are potentially interested in licensing a small excerpt of this clip you posted," which is that video that you just saw. I completely excited for it. Obviously, Google, big company name. Of course, I wanted to be a part of it. So I told him absolutely, what's going to be the cost breakdown and everything like that. And he asked me who shot the video. And I replied to him that I'm the one that shot the video. It's on my phone. Therefore, the footage is mine. Now, this is the most important part because you have to keep in mind how these companies think and work. So the guy from the company proceeded to ask me who was filming. And I said my friend was filming, but the footage is all mine because it was on my phone. And then he started to be specific. He asked me, sorry to be going over this again, but who hit the record button on your phone, on my phone, which is a crazy question to ask. And I guess it's a thing in the industry, but I was super shocked. And of course, sometimes, I don't know, I guess I was just too honest about it. I said, my friend pressed record on my phone. And then he said, okay, well, thank you for confirming that important detail. So they are technically the copyright owner. So I would need to get their approval and signature on the agreement when it was recorded on my phone. At that time, I was super shocked at this information. And my friend, if she's watching this video, she knows who she is. She was involved with it. Of course, she was involved, and they contacted her and they gave her a share of the cost of just getting the copyright approval because she pressed the record button. I obviously was super shocked, but whatever. So this conversation started on March 13th and it kept going on for a couple of days. And finally, they came back with an approval to use my video for 1 year. And so they're offering a 1-year contract of a full amount of $750. Mind you guys, this is a Google commercial being used in a March Madness campaign. Imagine how many times Google secured a spot to show their commercial multiple times during the breaks of the basketball games. Not to mention, they also used it in the NBA Finals. So $750 is not a lot at all. And if you want to compare, there's a lot of commercials who people work in that get residuals of how many times the company uses their face, uses, the footage that they're in. It's a whole different contract story. So for them to tell me that they're only going to give me $750, I at the time had no clue because I was never in a commercial at that time. My first commercial didn't happen later that year in August. So I didn't know the game. And for some reason, I didn't want to get my agent involved because I thought I could do this on my own, which is absolutely incorrect. Always, always, always involve your agent in this situation. And personally, I don't know how much they gave my other friend. And obviously they didn't disclose it. But when they offered me $750, I was like, okay, sure. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like, let's move forward with it. And then time went on a little bit. They came back to me after a month later. It is now April 30th, 2019. They came back to me and they said, oh, good news. Our client is still interested in this shot again, but they want to make some changes to the rights. So the new rights, they're seeking a non-exclusive 6 months all media. We can offer you a fee of $450 for this usage. Do you accept? And I'm like, well, can I counter for $550? It went from $750 to $450? This is absolutely ridiculous. And I, at the time, again, such a noob in this industry at that time. I had a feeling I was getting gypped, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I want money. Like, sure, like whatever. And so when I countered the $550, they said, so the previous offer for 1 year industry exclusive all media. So this is a new ask. They're asking non-exclusive. So you can license to whoever you choose to. So this in mind, you are getting more money for less rights. Do you still want to counter? Let me know. Me at the time still don't know what I'm freaking doing. I said, yeah, fine, let's do $450. As if someone is gonna go and find my video again and I can license it to somebody else, which did not happen. He just said that. For some reason, it convinced me and we just did it. So they took my footage. They used it in the Google commercial that you saw in the beginning of the video. They paid me $450. I don't know what they paid my other friend. And the moral of the story, out of everything that just happened, I completely got gypped out of thousands of dollars that I could have gotten if I had someone read the contract and negotiate fairly, because I had no idea what I was doing. Odds are, if someone came up to you and offered you a certain amount of money, you could get more money if you knew someone who understood contracts. And I ended up seeing it on television many times. And the amounts that could have happened that I could have gotten, I didn't. Best part, they didn't pay me after 2 months. After 2 months. It's been almost 60 days and I still haven't received payment. I've done some research as well and it seemed like the negotiation deal made was definitely a loss on my end. I mean, obviously, this already happened. This is June. They contacted me in March. It should have been like a $2,000 deal. And again, like I said, it was in the finals. And I don't know why I was being pretty like happy and preppy about it, like as if like something's gonna happen, but nothing happened. He didn't care. They saved a lot of money. They gypped me. And obviously, catch and release, not the company you'd want to deal with if they're going to gyp everybody like that. Obviously, I know better. And now I made this video so you can know better. I've been wanting to make this video for a pretty long time to honestly save anyone's butt. If a situation like this ever comes across with you, and hopefully you see this video before anything happens, but I just wanted to share my story because it sucked. It sucked, but it was definitely a learning lesson. And moving forward, I literally involved my agent in every single transaction. Not even transaction, every single conversation where a company approaches me and asks to use my footage. It's very important. So yeah, that's it. If you guys have questions, leave it in the comments. And yeah, peace. Have a good day.